Ali here at mindwavemeditation.com, and today we're going to talk about how to get into a peak state, into a state of mind where you are in flow, where you feel good and you're in a groove and the world is just working in your favor. That's the kind of state of being that everybody surely wants to experience, and if you do the things in this video, then you allow yourself to experience that on a day-to-day basis. And that, my friend, feels good. So enjoy this video, enjoy practicing these things, and I'll see you on the other side. All right, here we go. I have no plans for this video, so I'm just gonna go with it because I want to prove to you that this works. And so I started writing notes, and I thought actually it would be so much better if I just jump into flow and just go with it. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm just going to explain my version of how to get into a peak state, and if that resonates with you in any way, then double thumbs up. Apply this stuff to your day, see if you can tweak things and maybe push through a little bit harder than you are doing. Now, the reason why we do all this is for the number one reason of being out of mind. I don't mean like, oh, I'm out of my mind, man. I mean, being out of your mind, away from the thinking, analytical, judging, future, past mind. This is the mind that we have that we call the monkey mind. It's a constant dialogue, just constantly going round over it, like a monkey swinging from branch to branch to branch, constantly. We all have it. The deal is, not everybody observes it and questions it. We just think that's how the mind is, but it's not. That's just one way to live. And I lived like that for years, and I know you probably did as well. And when you start to understand these concepts, these philosophies, and these, being mindful and all this kind of stuff, you ultimately become freer. You can allow yourself to observe and witness this thinking mind, the mind that's playing stories of the future that don't exist, replaying stories of the past which you don't need to be thinking about. We play so much of the past over and over again, and some of it's negative. We end up going, oh yeah, I remember, yeah. And we do this all the time. We don't need to be doing this. We never got taught this stuff at school. A lot of parents don't know this stuff. So therefore, we just, this is kind of new information for a lot of us. And if it is new information, oh my gosh, it's a whole awesome world that you get to experience. And yeah, ultimately, you allow yourself relief and freedom from the prison of the mind. So the reason why we get ourselves into a peak state is so we can go about our day and be free from all of that BS. So right now, I'm doing this video for you. This is part of my day. Gotta, on my to-do list, do my videos, and then I gotta edit them, and it's just a gotta, as we do. But with this, I can't afford to be in my head, because I only have a certain time frame to do these videos. If I get stuck in my head and think about what you think about me, or what anybody thinks about me and what I'm saying, it's gonna throw me off. It's like if you're a musician, or you're doing something, or you're acting, or you're the examples are getting less and less, or the same every single time. Whatever you're doing in life, you don't want to be in your head, because it's going to throw you off. Unless you have a job where you don't have to actually think and you can just go through the motions, then you're exempt. So generally speaking, we don't want to be in our head because it's going to throw us off. So we need to be in a peak state. We need to be in flow because it's just so much better. So let's dive in to some ways that you can allow yourself to experience a peak state on a continuous basis. All right, here we go. I think it comes down to this. Decide right now if you are someone that kind of plods along and you're happy with the way life goes and you know, you just sort of see what's around the corner and you put a bit of effort in, you know, when it feels good, but you know, you're not crazy. You don't want to be so ritualistic or regimented. You just kind of go with the flow, and that's how you like it. That's one person. The other person is the beast, the person that gets the job done, that crushes life, that is almost never satisfied because they're continuously stretching themselves and reaching for more and more and more. Either of those people is fine by me. You know, sometimes we dip in and out of both, but generally speaking, you're kind of one or the other if you're watching these kind of videos. So with that, decide which one you are, and decide wherever you are doing what you're doing, is it serving you? Are you in flow? Are you going down that river, and are you feeling in flow? Are you riding the wave, so to speak? And if you're not, look at your life and see, first of all, why you're potentially screwing yourself over. For me, I was doing a lot of drinking. I was having a lot of late nights. I was doing a lot of socializing. In fact, that's what I was doing. I was doing very little else. I didn't take anything else so seriously. I was just in the moment. I was enjoying myself, and you know, there's a time and a place. But I decided I wanted to create some things and do some things and serve people, and therefore I needed to kind of sacrifice a few of the things that I was doing. So look at these things. What do you have in your life? Is it food? Is it an addiction? Is it maybe a really bad habit that you do? Is there something where you could just tweak? Is it like you could go to bed earlier? Could you get up earlier? Could you maybe manage your time better? That's the big one, really. That's the ultimate one. In fact, we could just forget the rest and just talk about time management. Time management is absolutely key. You know, some people say, don't manage time, dominate time. I love that mentality. Wherever possible in your life where you can dominate time or manage time, it's going to help you so much better. So what I generally like to do is split my day into 3 parts. Let's start with the morning. All right, morning. Good morning. What I personally do is I devote my morning to me. And when I was working a job where I'd have to be up in the morning, I would get up at the crack of dawn. And to do that, I needed to go to bed way earlier than I was. Sleep, as we know, is so important. So, you know, if you are having to get up earlier, then you've got to go to bed earlier, because, you know, you're just going to burn out at the end of the day. So whatever it is that you're doing, whatever time you get up, try and get up just that little bit earlier and do something that's really good for you. Meditation is wonderful for you. Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, visualization, eating a healthy breakfast, reading something positive, thinking something positive, or just having a little stretch, having a little dance. There's a number of things you could do. Let me know down below what you do in the morning, your morning routine. I've got a video down there on morning routine. Create a morning routine that puts you in a state of being that makes your day better. So what we do is we've got to start looking at the day as segments. It's always just lots and lots of little segments, and within those segments, the morning, the afternoon, the evening, we've got even more segments. We've got when I do this thing, then I go over there, then I do that. It's just lots and lots of segments. So the key here, and the phrase which Esther Hicks uses a lot, is segment intending. Intend for each segment to be good. Intend for the next segment to be great. When I finish this video, I'm going to intend for the editing process to be good. And what we're doing is we're always looking forward positively and we're always stretching ourselves to elevate our frequency to a higher frequency. We know down here we've got fear, lack, worry, shame, guilt, and all that stuff. And the more we go up, we've got love, joy, gratitude. This frequency feels better. So if we intend that the next segment in our day is going to be better, then we move into that. It's not always better, let's be real, but if we intend for it to be better, we're tuning in to a higher frequency. And as we know, that frequency attracts more of that frequency, more of that vibration into our life. And that's only a good thing. So as you go through the day, set yourself up in the present to feel good in the future. It's like a prevention tool. By going to bed earlier tonight, you'll get up earlier tomorrow, and then you're setting yourself up. You're setting your future self up to turn around and go, hey, past self, all right. So we dive into the afternoon. One of the greatest things I ever did for myself was to take a moment out of the afternoon and devote it to myself. Even if it was just 10 minutes of breathing or yoga or a meditation, or even just taking a walk in nature, even looking away from the computer for 5 minutes and having a silent moment just to sort of allow everything to settle down like a snow globe. When you shake it up and just watch it settle down in the afternoon for just a few minutes, and you recalibrate yourself. You're not just constantly on. You allow yourself to breathe for a moment. And so many of us don't do this. We wake up and it's go, 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 go. If you can take out moments in the day to do this as often as possible, you will continuously tune in to the part of you that is happy, peaceful, and free. And the more you tune into that, it's like you're returning home over and over and over again throughout your day and your evening. If you're into God, Allah, Buddha, and any of those conversations, you're tuning back into God, Allah, Buddha, your Buddhahood. And even nature will do that. It's all part of the same thing, really. We're all just returning home in as many moments as possible. So if you intend to continuously tune back into yourself, let's just say, or your higher self, or your being, whatever word you want to use, or just out of the thinking mind is all the same, then do that as often as possible. And then what happens is eventually, when you practice this for long enough, it's a tipping point. You will flip. It will flip the other way, and you will be in that state, and it'll be more of a case of catching when you're not. That's the trip. And the literal trip, you trip in to the other side, whatever your other side is, and life ultimately becomes better, clearer, more balanced, more in flow, and less in the thinking mind. We use the thinking mind, the beautiful, amazing thinking mind, for when we need it to think about stuff, or remember things, or to reminisce, or to plan, or to analyze and observe. But we don't need it to be on all the time and dictating and directing every aspect of our life. This is one side of the coin. This is one way of living, and this is how the majority of the people live. Just in life is just happening. But when you practice this stuff, and you practice clearing the noise through meditation or breath work or nature or just pausing, and you nurture the body and the mind through yoga, qigong, running, exercise, just simply shaking up and down, allowing the lymph nodes to the energy to move and the blood to flow. When you start to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, you clear You clear the mirror of your life. When you start to work out, the blood flows, you get out of mind for a moment, you feel good, you create those good chemicals, you start changing your body so you start feeling proud of yourself, or you strip the fat and you feel good, or whatever you're working on. When you start to honor the mind and the body and the spirit connection as a whole, then life will start working in your favor in so many ways, and you will hit that tipping point and flip the switch. And then it's a case of going through life and catching the frowns. So, I just do this, nearly did some bad self-talk. I do this all the time. Self-talk, catching the self-talk. In the past, I had often frowned all the time, but now I'm working on it. See, I'm not lying to myself, I'm just catching it. I'm catching the monkey mind there, going, that's not true. That's me reaffirming what I don't want, thus getting stuck in the downward spiral. So I caught that one and I redirected the root of it, which is that was in the past and now I'm working on it. So in the past, I used to just be frowning all the time. But now I catch myself when I am just frowning for no reason, which means if you're frowning just like that, and you're going through your day, then your mind is blatantly in the past thinking about something that happened that makes you sad, or it's thinking about the future, something that hasn't happened yet that you're nervous about or anxious about. So what we can do is go, oh look, the face is frowning. Why am I frowning? Then we take a moment and we go, is this a past or a future thing? Oh yeah, I'm worried about that thing that I've got to do. Well, that hasn't happened yet, so I'm going to let that go. I'm going to return to the now, make a big smile on the old face, and enjoy the present moment, because the present moment is all there is. And this is what we've got to remember as much as possible. This is all there ever is, right here, right now. You watching this video, this is all there ever is in every moment. The next thing you do will be all there ever is. So constantly remind yourself that every single thing that you're doing is right here, right now. There is no future. There's never a future. When you get into the future, you're in the now. It's always only now. Now. So start having this conversation with yourself and observing your mind as much as possible. So through mindfulness and through practice of clearing the noise and working on yourself with exercise and diet and all these amazing tools that we can do, I'll put a list down there of some of the things that I do. And just, work your way through them, get in touch and share, get in touch through the comments and we'll talk about it, and create your own morning, afternoon and evening routine and see how your life changes and see how you tune into flow. And then just don't stop doing it. Just keep doing it. Keep enjoying life and keep winning and keep crushing it. So there you go. That was my video for you about being in a peak state. Don't get distracted. Stay on point and enjoy living your wonderful life. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.